But we wanted to show you some of the details and design changes that we've made recently. We have had hundreds and hundreds of responses as we've asked questions and sought input from our community, from you guys. So we really appreciate that. So a couple of the biggest changes that we've made are probably in regards to the stairs and the safety bar right here. We'll come back to the safety bar in just a minute, but let's start with the stairs. But before that, I'm going to show you how the kitchen helper adjusts. So this piece right here, I can pull it up, step apart. If I want to put this at a lower level, I just move that down, put that back in, slide the steps into each side, and then I'll push it down into place. Then I can put it all the way to the lowest level. Lock this in place. Same thing here. So it has three different heights. I have two sons, one that's 18 months and one that's 3.5. And the 18-month-old, this top height is about the right height. For a 3-year-old, this is about right for him right now, or this could be, just depending on how close I want to the countertop. This is a prototype. This is a little bit looser than it will be in the finished versions. It'll be a little bit stiffer when it goes together. So this right here was probably one of the biggest pieces of feedback we got, was to put flat steps on. Previously, there were just holes that you could step in. And there's a number of products in the market that are kind of that way. They don't really have nice steps. So we made a couple changes. We put the steps on. Somebody had also suggested the grip tape, which we've added. And then we also had some concerns with the child stepping through right here. And so we added this additional piece right here that can slip into place, and it gives just a little bit more room for a child to step on as they step up. Another improvement that we've made is to try and make this more like steps as the child comes in. So while this is close to vertical, we moved this step out some and moved this step back some, so it's easier for them to actually climb up into the kitchen helper. We were able to increase the base just a little bit as well and make it a little more stable. And it still has the same taper as well, so that this edge is out farther than here, so it provides some resistance, some additional stability and resistance to tipping for your child. We've had some feedback about the handles. They used to be up a lot higher up here, and they pointed out that the child is a lot closer to the ground, and it would be easier for him to move him around and to climb in and out with handles that were a little bit lower. One really fun thing that was completely unexpected for me as we've used this kitchen helper at home is my 18-month-old. When he gets in and out of it, he actually usually doesn't even touch these. He actually comes up and he puts himself in and then he puts his fingers back in here and kind of pulls himself into it. So we've kept that and actually increased that gap just a little bit. And another benefit of this gap here is that when food and other things get in here and you're cleaning it off, you don't wedge food and stuff back into any cracks here. Are there any questions about steps here from anybody? Okay. So one question that suggestion that we got frequently that we actually weren't able to incorporate, and there's a reason that we didn't, was some people were saying were wanting us to open this up, put a hole or something in it, so it didn't feel maybe quite so heavy. But we intentionally didn't do that for a couple of reasons. The first prototype I had actually had one down here, and I didn't like it because it's a potential hole that a foot could come through. The other benefit is if your children are all like mine, they're always trying to climb on the countertop, and they're pretty good at it. And we didn't want to put any additional holes in here that would act as a ladder to help the child get any higher than the kitchen helper already does. So let's see. Let's look at the bar right here. So we had a lot of feedback and about people wanting a bar back here, but we had a lot of feedback that they wanted that bar to be removable, which is kind of challenging when you're working with just wood. We're trying to keep our product very simple, very easy to use, very natural, and we didn't want to add a lot of clunky hardware or pinch points for a child. So this was our second iteration right here. So it's a slot that I can take, and this is a rough prototype right here. We've ordered some product that is actually a lot nicer than this. It will actually go on the kitchen helpers. But you just would slide this through, and then it would slide in. And this doesn't stay in place terribly well. So we went through another design iteration. I'm going to show you right here. So if you come a little bit closer, you can see this kind of peanut shape right here. And the purpose of that is that the large end will go through here, and then it will pop down into place, and it actually locks down in there. This dowel right here has is a little bit smaller. Let me show you. This is our engineering drawings of what the final product will actually be shaped like. So you can see it has this reduced end and then a larger end, and that will keep it from moving side to side in here. So what will happen is this dowel will go in here, and then you just almost roll it down into place. And when it's down in there, it won't be able to go side to side because it'll be bigger here and bigger here, and it can't come out without just a little bit of work. And we did test it for crushing as well. We crushed in and out. I think we did at least 100 times, and it kind of crushed down a little bit, but it stopped crushing at a certain point. So that's how that will work. You'll actually be able to just pop it into place. And one of the benefits of that popping into place as well is that as a child comes up, if they hit their head here, if they hit it really hard, it can actually come out. But if they just barely hit it, it will stay in place. So that was honestly probably one of the most challenging pieces of advice that we got, or feedback that we got, is people had a concern about that. And when we started into it, I really didn't know how we would be able to resolve that. But as we took that advice seriously and took it to heart, we were able to come up with some solutions that really worked pretty elegantly. Let me grab my notes and see what else I had. Oh, that's right. I'm going to show how this assembles and disassembles really quick. So you saw how it adjusts, and disassembly would be similar. I pull this up and I slide the bottom out, pull this out, and this, and then I just flip it upside down. And there's actually a locking joint right here that this can't come apart unless I flex that in first. So I flex that in, and then I can pop it down. I'm going to flex it in again, and then push it down. So that's how it comes apart. So to go together, put these tabs in. Goes in, and then you can see it can't come back out now because there's a little ledge right there that locks it in place. So what I'm going to show you here is one other item that we're actually not entirely decided on, but I think we're going to do. So there's one other way that we could actually assemble this product. If I put the step right here and this step right here, and then if we take this and we actually put two more slots up higher right here, and 2 more right here. We can flip the grip tape over and would actually be able to use this at a high chair height to extend the life of the product and give some additional functionality. So we're evaluating that possibility right now.
Once assembled, it can't be disassembled. It can be.
Yeah, it can be disassembled
Yeah.
And reassembled multiple times because there are no tools and all the joints are designed to be used over and over.
Good.
Okay. Any other questions about the product or about the design right now? Okay. Let's see. So, again, pre-order will go live tomorrow at 9:30, and we do have a giveaway still going right now. You can still get on the list if you go to the product site or the product page. If you click our link in the bio, it'll take you there, and that will enter you to the giveaway. Yes.
Okay. Let's see. That is a good idea to switch to high chair. Can it be moved to table height?
The one downside to it is this is at counter height, and it needs to be for safety, and a table usually will hit it about right here. So we don't have a way right now to switch it to counter height, which does make it not as ideal of a high chair, and is the reason that we're evaluating whether or not to make those changes so it can be used that way.
Oh, will white be available tomorrow?
White won't be available tomorrow. We have had a number of requests for it, and we do want to offer it. We just have much longer lead time. We have to source it from our supplier, and that takes a little bit longer. So unfortunately, we won't have it available tomorrow.
What is the approximate weight?
That is a good question. I don't know offhand, but that's missing one piece. I believe it's close to 20 pounds, if I remember correctly when you're doing some shipping estimates.
Cool. Other question, how far apart are each step from each other?
So these steps are they're about 5 inches apart.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so the giveaway will end tonight. Pre-order will start tomorrow, and then we are planning to start shipping I think it's April 15th, which is about 4 weeks out from the end of pre-order. That's longer than we would like, but the reason for that is we've ordered the dowels that we need, and we had to order them from a supplier in Maine that turns them for us, and I talked to them the other day, and they really can't do it any faster than that, so that's the reason for that one.
So if they pre-order, they will expect delivery April 15th?
We're going to start shipping April 15th. We'll be shipping in that week, is our hope. And depending on where you are in the U.S., we're about 2 days to the West Coast, about 5 days to the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. How much will it sell for?
It sells for $160 normally. The pre-order, you'll get a 15% discount with pre-order, and the first 20 people to buy it will be eligible for the early bird special, which will be an additional 10%. Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining.
One more question. Will you let us know if you figure out if you can pull it up to a table to use a chair?
So I know that you will be able to pull it up by a table, but it won't go underneath the table.
More restaurant style.
So kind of like a restaurant high chair that hits the table right here.
That's good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye, guys.